advantage of it.
It's perfect that you're judging this contest. So when you are going through submissions, what are you looking for?
I'll be looking for color for sure, how they mesh together. And I like these ones a lot too. I'll be looking at what the story is that brought you those colors. So I think those two can kind of be separated. And then lastly, just something that catches me off guard when I see it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A look at the Lakers as they got off the team bus after arriving at the arena. The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from our setting today, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Saturday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. Anthony Davis was among the top candidates for last season's Defensive Player of the Year award. AD said he takes pride in his defense, adding, anytime guys feel they can score it on me, I take it personally. Kevin, it's going to take an awful lot to get your shots up over the brow. Back to you.
Sure does, D.A. Thank you so much. And I know every player counts down the seconds to opening night, Clark. How exciting was it for you to be on the court when the games finally took on real meaning?
Kevin, there's only one opening night each year, and it creates an atmosphere and a buzz that you can't duplicate any other time. So that in and of itself always makes it special, and I always look forward to that opening night.
And now the Lakers starting group, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Pocket is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2.
Beverley looking to score as soon as he gets the ball now, so you can't give him any room.
And here's the Lakers. It's a three-point game. Schroeder passes to Drummond. LeBron outside, from outside the arc. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That's the competitive fire that burns with LeBron James. He's happy to come right back with one of his own.
And the rejection by James. And it's the Lakers on the break. George against Caldwell-Pope. And they double up Davis. Outside for Caldwell-Pope. Off target from outside.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor. And he's also become more efficient as an offensive player, but he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility. And offense is tertiary to his contributions.
And last season, we got to see what an effective playmaker LeBron James can be. The assist numbers through the roof, career high for him at the age of 35.
Absolutely remarkable. And Greg, when I first saw him in high school in northeastern Ohio, I thought his passing was his greatest attribute, and that was after just seeing him play one time. And he's shown that throughout his career. Took on full ball handling responsibilities with the Lakers last year and showed you what he can do. He is a gifted passer and an extremely versatile player.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Now here's Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. And the Clippers miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And LeBron James gets it to go.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Caldwell Pope against George. Up top, Leonard. And Davis sends it back.
Well, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in blocks, 10th in scoring. And he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And you don't finish top 3 in blocks unless you're truly inspired. He combines supreme hustle with keen awareness. You've got to love this guy. Now here's Beverly. Outside for George. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Exactly. They split the series, Greg. 2 elite teams and conference foes renewing that rivalry tonight.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Now here's Leonard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game. A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Over in the corner, Cousins. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's LeBron and the dunk by James.
LeBron James knows the meaning of the word layup, but he's much more interested in throwing it down when he can.
Carroll against Zubac. Outside Jackson. Now the pass to Leonard. Over LeBron. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Lakers making a change here.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. No good on that one. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Horton Tucker, the pass to Kuzma. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Boy, Kuzma superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence. And he's got great range, too.
Outside Jackson. Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. Here's Cousins. Sweet move. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Horton Tucker, that's good.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And Harrell slams it in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Pass to Cousins to end the run. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Zubac finds Jackson. Right side, Rondo. The shot, no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their transition game has been in full effect. Back to the action after this word. Bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loves playing alongside so much talent.
You know, for me, it's super cool just to learn, sit back, watch, but also compete against these guys. You know, that's something that I want to do. So to be around those guys and be in the foxhole with those guys is, it's pretty incredible.
Well, Kuzma Greg has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
Torres is out there with Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Andre Drummond's checked in for the Lakers. And it's Beverley missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Here is Rondo. After the made shot from Andre Drummond, here's Morris. No good there. Some solid defense from Gasol. Lakers leading by 17. Pass to Kuzma. Back to Schroeder. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Schroeder's got his third basket of the night. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact Man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
You look at Rondo, he's got a nice touch, but he's adaptable too. I mean, he can change and alter his release point. The floater is one of the many moves that he can go to with confidence.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite level defender, guards multiple positions and turns away a number of shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
It's Davis on the wing. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And that one's good. Drummond.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Schroeder against Rondo. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there.
Yeah, you can't forget about this. Now, Rondo's average double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
Here's James. And he drops in the layup off the glass. James has got 12 in the game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He misses the free throw.
And you know, Beverly is easily one of the most tenacious defenders in the league. An absolute pest of epic proportion. Love his energy.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Marcus Morris. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The Lakers have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
George looking around. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Schroeder finds Davis, and here's James outside. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Outside Leonard. Cousins inside. Davis is on it. The shot by George, wide open. And it's George again missing.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
For the finish.
Oh my goodness! That was special. And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
And finished off by LeBron.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. The drive by Cousins. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And Cousins, also a good ball handler, just taking it strong there to the hole.
Caldwell Pope trying to break free.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Boy, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Count the basket.
And this is one of Georgia's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range score.
Here's Davis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And the first one drops.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
So, for the Clippers, Kennard, he's checked in for Zubats. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Here's George. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. George has got 6 points in the quarter. Kuzma kicks to James. Back to Kuzma from downtown. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 4 assists in the game.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Man, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game.
I'm swimming.
I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, and LeBron now late in his career, still playing at a very high level, obviously. Kenny, when's the last time you saw a star LeBron's age be this good?
Woo! Man, I don't know. Dirk aged well, but he wasn't dominant. Jordan, obviously, he aged well, and he was actually dominant at times in Washington, but not like this. LeBron is just different. He's a different animal.
I'm so jealous right now because usually physical beasts we slow down, but not the king, not LeBron. I think he needs to rest more often, but when he dials it up, I think he's 25 again.
Did you age well, Shaq?
No, not at all. Ernie, you look beautiful.
You're aging well, Ernie.
Ernie aged.
Wow. Ernie aged. Oh, my God.
Wait.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the 5. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players.
You know, with that combination of strength and length, Davis can easily overwhelm defenders and get himself to the foul line.
And George gets it to go.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Left side, Davis to the inside. Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Really good court awareness that time from Anthony Davis, seeing the floor and making the right decision.
In the corner, George with it. Morris trying to free himself up. That's good for George on the assist by Beverley. George has got 5 points now this quarter. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. James finds Drummond. Goes back up. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Gasol's checked in. And Leonard has it in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3-ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
And they double up James. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Lakers making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. A nice shot by George.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Kuzma passes to Gasol. Over Ibaka. Outside for Caldwell Pope. They get it back. And that one's good by Davis. 11 points in the game.
You know, it's not only his size and strength and athleticism, but Davis's timing is so special. That's why he boards it so well.
Outside, George trying to get open as Ibaka. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Rebound by the Clippers.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
And the Clippers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins has checked in for Ibaka. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here's George. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
The Clippers have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Outside, George all alone. And it falls over the rim and in. George has got 16 here in the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
James, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
You know, when James is looking to score, he puts defenders in really tough spots. And when he's aggressive and tenacious, watch out.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And James drills them both. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And George kicks to Jackson. And stolen by Harrell. Fast break, the Lakers. Kuzma with the ball. Here's Gasol. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Gasol's got his first basket.
Yeah, just showing off that strength in that upper body. Gasol is able to overpower the defender inside.
Here's Jackson. That shot is off. LeBron with some nice D. Kuzma outside. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And that's now 10 points for Kyle Kuzma. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Cousins, the pass to George. They need this. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul him.
And George drops them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Finished off the break. George has got 28 points for the game.
Well, I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. It seems like nothing they do can go wrong as they string together one successful possession after another and are simply running away with this one. And we'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Beverly in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And, you know, DeMarcus Cousins is used to playing through contact. I mean, he's excellent at overwhelming the defense with his strength.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Cousins. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role, tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Ivica Zubac. Here's Jackson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
And the free throw, no good. We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6th+ foul, and then they can stay in the game.
You know, I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the 6th foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Schroeder passes to Kuzma. Davis against Morris. Davis dishes to Schroeder. And the rejection by Ibaka. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him. James checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Clippers trail by 20. And here's Leonard. Puts up a 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Schroeder's got his 6th rebound on the night. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
And he makes the first. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that in switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah. Schroeder outside, out to the wing. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Morris. Beverly wide open. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And Beverly is very consistent from outside. Solid at hitting the 3 ball when given the opportunity to shoot it.
Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Lakers leading by 14. Here's Schroeder. Here's Davis. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And I tell you what, AD is able to brush off those defenders with ease because of how strong he is. That's what they call weight room.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. George is checked in for the Clippers. Leonard against LeBron. Outside Leonard. 5 to shoot. And it's sent back by Drummond. And he gets it back. Morris, no good.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And Davis puts it in.
late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. And the rejection by LeBron.
LeBron, one of those players who gets fired up by defense as much as offense, and that block going to put a major bounce in his step.
Caldwell Pope finds James, and the dunk by James.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Marc Gasol is checked in for Drummond. Morris comes in for Davis. Wesley Matthews checked in for James. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. The Clippers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
You know, this is Rondo's role. He's out there to run the offense and give his teammates room service dimes.
Jacks up a three, traps in the tray.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. They got it done.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Caruso, the pass to Matthews. From deep, McLemore. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. And there's the foul. It will go on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. Now here's Rondo. Defense right on him. Batum, good.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Here's McLemore. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The first free throw is good. And McLemore drops them both. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. LeBron, the last game for a little while. As a team, how do you approach the break?
Well, we got a couple days off, but everyone needs to stay in tune. Even though we're not going to be on our feet or on the basketball court, everyone needs to continue to just, work your mind, work your body as well, and, get ready for practice.
Well, I'm sure you're going to enjoy that time off anyway, man. Congrats on this win. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later. Bye.